Hello everyone and welcome to this SD1 video. If you're not subscribed already, please make sure to do so. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, I know, right? Let's make sure we get there eventually. But here we are, another SD1 video, another update. So what are we going to be doing today? Well, it's going to be a few little little issues. So we're going to investigate the wipers to see why they're not working. We're also going to have a look at the instrument cluster, see what issues that are there. I know none of the lights work on it, so none of the indicator lights. We're going to look at the two front doors and the windows. We're also going to look at the boot and the lovely sunroof there. We'll also get that spoiler back on. I'm sorry, John, but we're putting that back on. So let's get right to it and let's see how we go in this one. It just goes like that. Oh shit.
Yeah, we might have to get a plumber on it or something.
Yeah, get the set of pliers and yeah, I'll have to do that. Window's a lot healthier now. You can actually open the door from the inside as well. Look at that. Needs a good clean though. When she's back on the road, we'll be getting some soundproofing as well to put on here. Love it. And the door opens. The mechanism. See the mechanism move. So we fixed this door essentially by taking all this off. Most irritating thing is you've got to take that here plastic bit off. I don't know why that looks like a cubby, but it's a pretty stupid one at that. Anyway, so you've got to take that off to put this on. The little the plastic always comes off of that little cog thing, so just took that off with a pair of mole grips or pliers, and then we obviously installed it again, and now she opens and closes reliably. We also didn't forget the pin, which is another main thing to do with these cars, but the window came off the runners as well while we were there, and we got that sorted, and we also got this side sorted as well, so not too hard, but the little things that really do make a difference. You'll notice as well we've got some new weather stripping on there, not of factory spec, but there we go. But at least it looks a lot better. The little sticker codes here. Just refitting the spoiler. We've done all the fiberglass stuff with the bits that hold it on, where the little posts go through, so you wind your nuts and your washers onto there. Sorry, John, but it's coming back on. Maybe I'll change my mind about it as I mature into an adult, but unfortunately I love spoilers, so, and it's fitting okay. It's obviously a Rimmer Brothers special, but look at how nice it looks so far. So of course we think it's the controller for that wiper, but we're not 100%. The little whatchamacallit, the stalk. The issue now is the horn's not working either, so that's pretty irritating, so we'll get onto that. Also the bonnet now opens and closes, which is great. So straightened both front lights up, you can see there. We've also got these doors working, which is another thing. Both door cards are on and all the windows work. And we've got the boot actually shutting and locking reliably. Absolutely brilliant. The wipers to sort next. We've got a few more things to do today before we sort that. So we found out where our exhaust issue is. So we have a ginormous hole there, and we also have a bit of that garden wiring holding it on, hence why it clunks all the time when you drive it. So we're going to need two of these new rubber exhaust mounts as well, and we're also going to need a new back box. So if anybody knows where to get a new back box, let me know. And we sprayed some stuff on the rear handbrake, the handbrake on like the arms and everything, just to see if it will unseize it, but unfortunately not. So it's probably just a case of taking all that to pieces, which is going to be a bit of a trek, but I'm glad it's just the back box for now, but it could be somewhere something else. I mean, look at that, we were wondering where the leak was, and there you go. It's a pretty big leak. I mean, what a pleasure this is. Just get in, straight on, perfect. Obviously we've got that leak, which starts and does it. So next video we're going to be tuning it and getting it all nice and fettled and working properly and running properly. We're also going to take a bigger look at these, and I'll be taking that lovely wiper stock, sorting that out. some more on the interior. Basically, this clock unit blows all the fuses, so we're taking all this apart and we noticed the mice who've been in here, so probably going to take all this out in another video, but we're just going to do a few tests. Notice the earth wasn't on that as well, so we'll just run a few tests and we'll see what happens. So we decided to pull the dash apart because there's a lot of issues with it, mainly the bulbs and indicators not working. So of course we just wiggled about with those and we got them working, which was great. We had these little filament bulbs as well, which I found absolutely fascinating compared to the obviously modern counterparts, the little LEDs that you get. But the main thing of course is we got that working. So you can just see there, I'm just fiddling about with that, just trying to get it working on the hazards. Really awkward because there's a bulb obviously for each one. It's not like some other sort of cheapy alternatives where they put like a bulb and then they route it through these like these plastic bits. It's not like that, it's all individual. So there you are, the tiny little bulb there. Found it absolutely amazing. But of course the worst thing about this was the back of it it's got loads of mouse poo and pee in it. So the mice have been at it and it's absolutely horrifying. So not sure if it's when it's had it stay with us or in the past, but you can see obviously the clock crystals on the back of the dials just look horrible. So we just need to sort that out. Additionally, we found this little, it's called like a mister thing. It's called mister, it's from Leeds apparently. Its code is something like ADL1761. So if anyone has a clue on what that is, let me know. I think it might be something to do with that clock / stopwatch setup, because obviously they used a lot of UK suppliers. So the back of it is just horrifying. So we'll need to take all of that out and obviously clean it all up and make sure it doesn't stink like poo and pee anymore. But you'll see of course on here we wiggle a lot of connectors and we get it all working, but it's just a horrifying sight. It's the worst thing that could happen to your electrics in your car. But there's the Mr. thing again. Anyone have a clue, just let me know in the comments, because that'd be absolutely great. But I'm just not sure what it is. I thought it was like a weird central locking thing, but that doesn't go to that. Just really weird. Oh, another great thing is that cosmic light delay. So that cosmic light delay is essentially like in a modern car, you would obviously, sit there playing around on your touch screen and saying, I want my lights to turn off after 10 seconds. This of course does it in there, and I think there's a little dial in there that you turn, and then obviously that's how you set how many seconds it is. So back to the past me with the rest of the video. So essentially what we've done today is we've got the bonnets open and closed reliably. We've got the doors, both front doors opening and closing inside. We've discovered what's wrong with the wipers. Well, we think we have. And we've also got a bit of an issue there. So we've got that little light booster thing. If anyone's ever had one of them, let me know in the comments if that could possibly be causing it. But essentially what happens is if you put the fuse in, I think it's C4 in the fuse box. So there, the 10 amp, it blows it every time. So anyone with any advice on where that connects, that would be absolutely great. We've blown like 1,000 fuses doing it. Other than that though, that's about it. So we've gotten the instrument cluster as well, all the lights to work. Had a look behind you and discovered the dreaded rat pee, or mice, the dreaded mouse pee and poo. Other than that, she's doing really well. Just these 2 rear doors to tackle now, and then a few other extra bits. We've also got the sunroof to open and close reliably as well under its own power, which is absolutely great. So thank you for watching, keep watching, remember to subscribe for more of this SD1.